All right. I finally figured it out. Let me just do some real quick. All right. Can I hear myself? No. Thank goodness. All right. So I figured something out and I finally get to listen besides having two freaking screens on at once and trying my best to try to stay up. Yeah, whoever made the Yeti mic, smart move. I because when the button was spinning, I'm like, oh, I could spin the freaking pause, the mute button. No, it turns out that was audio. Who would have thunk it? Yes, we are. But first things first, I need to get through Power Rangers. It's like, yeah, so all right. I'm finally. But anyways, yeah, so yes, yes. Just let me finish this. Let me finish this first. It's been a while since I did some Power Ranger content. Kind of sort of need to do it. I mean, so anyways, yeah, I watched this one. I didn't watch this. I looked at it. I'm like, oh, this will be a good one to talk about. I finally can hear, so I can actually listen it with you guys and pause it while actually watching it versus me having it on screen and I have to pause it there, pause it here, pause it there, start here, start there. So finally, I figured it out. All right. So, anyways, yeah, I'm gonna explain lots of stuff that these guys are talking about. This is Internet City. They're doing lots of good stuff, and they're able to figure out the algorithm more than me. Which, of course, I'll just complain about that on Splatter Days versus complaining it on here. Anyways, let's get started. I'll try to start and stop when I can. Yep. All right, yeah, I'll just stop it right here to just talk for 1 minute. So, I love Dare to Be Stupid. Dare to Be Stupid has stopped uploading for a year now, and they did some good Power Rangers though. They got Tommy, the Tommy episode, the Tommy video, which you most likely will be like, what the heck? You have the one when they actually reacted to when Walter Jones actually got pulled over by a cop. You got that one that they were doing, which I think that was the same one as Tom when he got pulled over by a cop. After this, After this, I'll start. But let me finish this first. I gotta finish this first. Then I can actually do it. But anyways, I think that's all that really needs to say. Is like, was Michael Jackson a villain of Power Rangers? This is sadly the one where I finally caught up. I do have many things in archives because I talk about the ones I missed. I talking about I think good news is Zenkaiger. I think I did most of all of the recordings I did for that, videos for that. I didn't do Zenkaiger. I didn't do King Olger. I didn't get to do that one. And there was another one. Oh, Don Brothers, which Don Brothers is a fucking doozy. This one is Boom Boonger. Yep, see you there. This is Boom Boonger. So Boom Boonger, they're gonna say it for yourselves, and then I'm gonna try to at least say Boom Boonger half bit. But I'm going to be a jerk. At least the good news is that I get to talk about Boom Boonger, even though I didn't get to finish it. I didn't get to finish the series because the site that had it, my source, went down in flames. They're like, "Oh, you're doing copyrighted stuff, and you're getting taken down now." And it's like, so I didn't get to see finished. I didn't get to finish Boom Boonger, and I didn't get to finish Kamen Rider Gave, which I would have liked to have finished that one. Let's continue on. Never mind, that was a different video. It's like, yeah, and as you can see, he was a Mystic Force and a White Ranger, which that White Ranger did something to the Green Ranger. I'm gonna leave it at that. And now I have to basically talk because he's about to talk, and now I have to talk. So first things first, I'll talk and correct him, and then he'll tell you what is kind of wrong. So first things first, I remember most of it. The fact of they get fear, and the fear fuels their basically it's their fuel. So yeah, that's basically it. And some crazy stuff from it where it's like you had the freaking lieutenant basically say, "Here's my middle finger." They killed the lieutenant, brought back the lieutenant as a freaking zombie. It gets messed up. This was, even though this one was like, whatever. This was kind of okay. It had some good elements that could have made a good Power Ranger season, but they're gonna say something later that the suits are ugly. But I'm like, dude, the helmets is what freaking caused me issues. The helmets, and you don't even want to talk about the power ups. The power ups is them wearing a jacket. It's like, yes. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, this is Super Sentai. This is before Power Rangers. It is before Power Rangers turns into a season. They get to, well, they didn't used to get to choose. Beforehand, it was like, this is the series that you got to do. And they got some leeway because first things first, they basically did Mighty Morphin. Yep. And then they had Die Ranger. And sadly, the messed up part, which the good news is that they had leeway, Bandai America was crying boo hoo hoo hoo, just ears being like, we got so much freaking toys of the old stuff. You can't change the suits on us. And so let me get it straight. You guys just needed to have more time to sell all the toys that you have. Yep. Then after that, you go to the new suits, right? No, 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 no. We're still gonna keep going. We're still gonna keep going with the old suits because that's what's on TV. It's like, are you an idiot? We put the White Ranger in it. Are you an idiot? Oh, we also make ninjas. We just did the one ninja stuff, the Ninja One Off. Those toys were actually cheap. My Pink Ranger broke in half. My Blue Ranger's arm actually tore apart. The Yellow Ranger's knee leg, that was kicking leg, came off as if it's the freaking kicker from The Simpsons. The only ones that survived was the white ninja, the black ninja, and the red ninja. I was able to glue his crotch back on. So yeah, your freaking ninja figures were cheap as fuck, man. You should have just did the right thing and allowed Die Ranger to actually become figures. But instead, no, they didn't, and here we are with that. And then after that, they finally figured out, like, oh, this was a bad idea. You think? Well, at least we actually allowed you to have the Alien Rangers. You only just did one freaking toy for them. That's nothing. That's just like the Ninja toys, you idiot. And then they did Zeo, then Turbo, then In Space, and then they finally actually were like not crybabies. And there you go until it took them a long time because then Disney took it, and then Disney was in the same agreement as Saban's or Saban was. And then after that, they ended Power Rangers, tried to give it a pillow, just doing Mighty Morphin for 3 years. But Saban came to save the day, and this is when they got a brand new contract. But the brand new contract is smart, but yet fucking stupid. I'll leave it as that. Let's keep going. Okay, now we have to talk about the Orange Ranger situation, but everyone already talked about it. I'm just making sure that everyone knows. Said director straight, we were supposed to have the Orange Ranger. There's so many. We supposed to have the Orange Ranger for whoever's in charge, say you. So the first time we were supposed to have the Orange Ranger, which technically under our timeline, we would have the Orange Ranger, would actually have been in Tokuger, which is all about the trains. But someone in the freaking, I guess it was freaking Sabin in this, they were like, kids don't like trains. No one experienced trains no more. Trains are just not really even, they're not of the culture. They're not of it. It's like, do you know I'm by a train track? Do you know that there's times where I have to be stopped while a train passes by? People like kids like trains, and of course we all still point to Thomas the Tank Engine, but they basically pass it off and like, nah. It's like, yeah, but Thomas the Tank Engine is very freaking unpopular. So for them to just say no, even though that was the best season, Tokuger was one of the good seasons, and would have, guess what, Bombshell, 5 kids as Rangers. Yes, we passed on having 5 kids as Rangers. We only got Justin. Japan at this point, before Tokuger, only had like 3 to 4 kid Rangers. Yeah, we need to have a boost of Kid Rangers pronto. And it's like, what we got? So we got Justin, okay. And now we have Nathan. Nathan's a freaking teenager. He's not a kid. Man, that's 1.5, you freaking idiot. That's not even, it's not even a technicality. And I'm pretty sure they just don't want to use kids because, duh. And they're in freaking New Zealand. It's like, yeah, it's like if you're bringing American and American kids to New Zealand, it's like that's the messed up issue. If you were to still be filming in California, then this would be all right. But instead, it wasn't, to the point where it's like they basically, most likely, that's the real reason, is because they didn't want to do it, even though it's like they could skip through it and not make it kids. They could skip through it, but it's like it's even better when you have the kid part in it. Then after that, Jew Olger, another one that we didn't get to have, which again, I think that was okay. That one I'm like, it makes sense you couldn't do it. You would have to change morphers, but you never did that. Oh, it's like you never changed the morpher before. Ninja steal anybody? Ninja steal? Ninja steal. Ninja steal. To the point where it's like, oh, then you have nothing to freaking complain about. You changed freaking morphers that one time. That means that you just got to change it again. Idiot. It's like a freaking idiot. And then after that, so yeah, we had one on a part one, like, ordained one that was in Geolger. And then after Geolger, this is where I get a little bit fuzzy. I'm trying to remember. It's like, anything else? I think there's more. I think there was more. Of course, I know King Olger had one. I know that the one that we have, uh, Dino Fury. That one technically will have an Orange Ranger, but he's bronze. And I was hoping they would do it, but they don't like money. Yeah, Hasbro don't like money. He's a repaint of Void Knight. They don't like money. For some reason, they don't like money. What the heck, they don't like money? Like, So technically, we'll have at least 4 Orange Rangers by now. But as for Boom, Boom was a he was less than what happened when it came to Bronze Ranger. And he's less than what happened to Jew Older, which of course we did have an Orange Ranger. He is less than that because he wasn't actually a Ranger whatsoever. That was just a dream of his. Yeah, but it's been so long, he wouldn't remember that that was a dream sequence. Anyways, let's just keep going, man. Let's keep going. My mistake, we would have 5 by now. Yeah, because of him, we would have 5 by now. Oh, did I say Q Ranger? I forgot Q Ranger. Q Ranger, we were about to have that as a Power Ranger season, and we did have an Orange Ranger in there. That would have been the official Orange Ranger we would have. But Hasbro came to save the day and said, "No, we do base morphers, base morphers, base morphers." And it's like, okay. It's like, yeah, but it's like, so Saban and Toei worked together on that series. That's the first time ever we had a Super Sentai work with someone who was in Power Rangers and someone with Super Sentai. That was the first time ever we had a kind of talk together. So you can see who, Toei likes the most. They like Saban. They like him. They like Saban Entertainment slash Capital. They like him. To the point of, like I said, in Kiba Rangers season 2, episode 5, you'll see for yourself who do they like the most when it comes to Power Rangers. You'll see for yourself. Oh, and now here we go to the point where it's like, okay, now I'm gonna trash people. The Pink Ranger, for anyone who likes her, she freaking sucks. She freaking sucks so much. And I tried giving her everything. Even when they were like, oh, we have another person who morphed the Pink Ranger. I'm like, oh, well, that's good. Finally, she can get on with her life and we can have a new Pink Ranger and I can actually root for her. She is so messed the frick up. It's like the person that she was marrying, she apparently she was going through emotions. And she was graciously able to just say, "Yep, I'm out." And then didn't even talk to him to the point where he finally caught up to her just for her to still ditch him when he was trying to talk to her. The fuck. It's like, yeah, she doesn't know what exactly she wants to freaking do. The only good thing that she did was become a ranger, and even then, I'm like, I don't like her. This is the first time ever where it's like, who do you have a crush on this year? Not her. I have no one to have a crush on. She fucking sucks. She is as bad as Cammy from freaking Q Ranger. She fucking sucks. I don't know what other freaking Super Sentai season I can name where I'm like, oh, I hate that girl. I hate that girl Ranger. I hate her so damn much. I hate her. So where it's like, I don't remember if I ever said anything about hating any freaking girl ever, Ranger ever. This is the first time that they did it. Now, it's like, yeah, note I said Girl Ranger, not Pink Ranger, because oh, Dawn Brothers did worse. Dawn Brothers did worse on Pink Ranger. You need to see that for yourselves. I am not going to talk any more about that. It's like, do you remember this one? It's like, I think again, I made it all the way to when they got their quote unquote Ultra Zord, but I didn't see the Ultra Zord combination. Someone showed me a toy form, and I'm like, ah. You wonder why Super Sentai went down is because they been fell out of having toys to give. The suits were good, but the Megazords was where they actually were falling flat. And it started all the way back with Kira Major. Kira Major was the one where I was like, dude, what are we even doing here? Because their main Megazord was what the heck? That's what their main Megazord was. Don't know who that is. Don't know. Don't know who that is. Don't know. See, that's why I don't know. See, that's why I don't freaking know because, like I said, it was 30 to 35 where I actually lost my connection. My hookup got taken down. You mean Super Sentai this far? Don't put Super Sentai and Power Rangers in the same boat. That's just mean. Sure, sure. Oh, I forgot. It's like, yeah, sorry for the spoiler for those who, yeah, you might want to run, but for Boomundra, I forgot. There were humans who sold out the human race for that guy. Boss Spencer, he got like at least two to three humans who actually was like, yeah, they're under my employ. One being the mentor of the Red Ranger, which that was painful. Wait. Hold on. I think I did see him before. And I think the dude's wrong. I don't think it was that one. I think we got to see like a sneak preview of him. But I don't think it's like if he means like actual appearance, I think no, it we did get it beforehand because like I said, I didn't make it all the way through to like 35. Or it's like I made it all the way to the Ultrazord. Wherever that Ultrazord was. I did actually somewhat see him before that. So I think he's just paraphrasing because he's not telling all the details. I mean, just get through this. Yes, of course, if you like want to go like their stuff, go for it. Other than that, we're not gonna give them all the stuff that they need. Yep, he was in his payroll. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is the one that actually was. I forgot what he did, but he wasn't the mentor of the Red Ranger. This was another dude. This was the other dude that was trying to get the Rangers under his employment. Yeah, I think that's what this guy was doing. And oh, I think he was part of the police too. I think he actually was in the police office. So he got the police under his employment, and he got the Red Ranger, Red Ranger's mentor, who's a businessman, under his employment. I think there might have been one more, but I it's been a long while. Nope, no. The reason why this season wasn't adapted by Power Rangers is because Hasbro had a meltdown. Hasbro had a meltdown. Yes, Hasbro is still in their meltdown. Well, not even meltdown mode. Right now, they're in their employ of trying to get their thing ready, which they think it's smart and simple and easy to do their own stuff. Versus, we already did. We had the Megazord fight already done. We have the Ranger fight already freaking done. All you need to do is just have the freaking, some shots with some of the Rangers at times in Ranger form. And of course, you have the civilian shots. That's all you freaking need. And, some adaptation, some tweaking. That's all you need to do. This one, they have to make their own suits. The suits are already been done. Make their own Megazords, suits, Megazords, write the story, make the bad guys. They decided to do all the stuff versus just taking and copying what Super Sentai did, or should I say a homage adaptation. And It would have been good. They spent 3 years now. We're on 3 years. They didn't even stop on, oh, we're not gonna make any more TV shows until we actually figure out what we're gonna do. Which they did meltdown mode times Marvel, which Marvel just went on a retreat and they still kept going. Hasbro was like, pump your brakes. Pump your brakes. Y'all guys got to do Cosmic Fury. You don't get to have 20 episodes, get 10. Then after that, they shut everything down. Just notice what you got for Cosmic Fury. You have to get the Megazord from Amazon only. No shipping to stores. You get to have the Morpher. You get to have the Zephyr Ranger playset. That's all you get. No figures. They try making their own suits. What the fuck? Their suits were not that good. Think about it if the suits in the movie looked like that. The hell? The hell? It's like y'all guys should have just adapted another freaking show and get on with it. They used Q Ranger as if it was Die Ranger, which that was the worst move known to man. Y'all guys should have just did Kara Major and been done with it. Terra Major has the crappiest Megazord, but at least the suits are good and the Morpher is good. At least you could have done that. But instead, they chose something stupid. And instead of actually just, adapting more and just continue adapting and put it in cruise mode while you can figure out what you really want to do, they just stopped everything. And that's why this one wasn't adapted. There's many other seasons, like Lupin versus Paddle Ranger, would have been a good one to adapt. You're on Netflix now. You could have adapted that one and you could have just translated it and did copy and paste and you would have been good. The only thing you had to do is make it SPA, maybe bring Johnny Bosch back. That's all you had to do. That's all you had to do. What you did. Like, yeah, you could have done that. You could have brought two. You could have got Ocuger. You didn't want to do Megazords. We saw that. Then don't do Megazords. The Morpher is perfectly easy to do too. Morpher's easy. The freaking figures are easy. You could have done all that and just that's all you did. Instead, it's like no. Anyways, just let's keep going. People want me to do something. Told you. Mm. Note. Everyone is just trying to support the dream of the dude. I forgot his name. The robot assistant of the Red Ranger. Even though technically the Red Ranger is just assisting the robot. Either way, the robot has a dream of doing the Grand Plex, which he did before, but he got hit. He got actually hurt. So the Red Ranger is driving and gonna be in his stead. That's what's going on. So they're basically just trying to get his dream, and all the Rangers are in on it. Purple, I don't know what to say for him. He's just a cleaner. That's what he is. We call himself. He's a cleaner. Dang. There we go. Him. You didn't? Freeze. Pause. He didn't? He didn't. Dude. Well, now I have to talk about that. Are you ready? Let's do this. So, first things first is the original Morphers. Turns out all the original Morphers, the power coins, kinda, because it's like they got retconned. But even so, we're just gonna go by it and forget what Gosei, because screw Gosei. The original Morphers were all destroyed when the command center got destroyed. Adam, for some reason, dug into the freaking command center and found the Mastodon Morpher, and he kept it. It's like, so how did it work out? It's like, I guess he graduated college, right? Because they left. He's not shifted to turbo anymore. He doesn't have title that Morpher anymore. Yeah, that's Carlos. Kind of. Yeah, kind of. So I guess during his high school days, he just keeps thinking, college days. So he went back to Angel Grove, or he was in Angel Grove. He looked through the wreckage, he found the Morpher, and he kept it. And in this one episode, I think called Black and Back in Black, like, don't quote me. This is when, and I was like, oh my gosh, is he gonna do it? And he showed it to Alpha, and Alpha's like, yeah, you can't fix that. And it's not a good idea to use it. And when Carlos was getting beaten up, he's like, I'm gonna do this. It's morphin time. And it's like, holy shit. It's like that was one of the moments. One of the moments besides Justin. Like, yeah, Justin was one of the moments, but this one was even crazier, where it's like he couldn't contain it. The power was not really on his side on this one. So he tried fighting for a bit, but he kept on having issues with him. It's good that later on it was Solaris Knight that that actually replenished his morpher. But technically, I don't know. It's like, yeah, this kind of breaks it where it's like, go say, what the frick? Because he's like, yes, Sordon gave me all the powers, and every single power that has been passed on, it comes to me. And it's like, wait, so you're saying the Quasar sabers that are supposed to still be on planet Quasar or Illinois, you're saying it? You just stole those freaking swords from the? It's like, what the? It's like, yeah. So it's like, yeah. We don't talk about Gosei and the fact that he has a cave full of power and powers. You could say that it might just be copies, but at least the good news is that they did adapt a Ninja Storm episode. Is that good? Anyways, then we get into the next one, which is Lost Galaxy. This is where we officially saw a Morpher get destroyed for the very first time in our own very eyes. It's with Kendricks. Of course, this doesn't supposed to go down because it turns out the actor who plays Kendricks got leukemia and couldn't continue on acting. So because of that, they had to kill off her character. It is our first actual Ranger death, besides the first one that they were about to do, and then the next season after this one. No, 2 seasons later, after this one, they would have another attempt to Ranger death. Because it's like, yeah, Ranger Death, don't get me started on it, because Jason David Frank's character, Tommy, was supposed to die. They made sure they didn't kill him. And then Eric, the Quantum Ranger, he was supposed to die too. But in the last moment, they stopped him. And you don't want to know his freaking Super Saiyan equivalent died of. I'll tell you. His Super Sentai equivalent, Time Fire, died because he was injured. He had a pet bird. His dumb, stupid neighbor girl, she said, "Bird, he escaped." But it turned out of the hospital on the steps, there's the bird. So he went out of the hospital, going to the steps to get the bird. One of the freaking minions was doing the stupid thing of and he shot him in the back while trying to get his bird. And that's how he died. Yeah. The worst death known to man ever. And you don't want to know what happens to Trent. in Dino Thunder, which I wish they should have just they could have done something different. They could have did something very, very cool, but they were stupid. So, anyways, any other morphers that got destroyed? It's like I think there might have been some more morphers, but the best one that I could tell you that you should have seen a morpher get destroyed is in Lost Galaxy. Yeah, well, actually, you got no. Wait, sorry. It was Cassie whose morpher got destroyed. Yeah, but Kendrick sacrificed her life to save that morpher. But technically, you could have saw two destroyed morphers. And then, of course, if you're crazy, you would have been all the way to Operation Overdrive, which, yes, all those morphers got destroyed. Yeah, it's like all six of the Rangers lost their morphing grid abilities to morph. Yeah, I think that's about it. There might be more, but that's the best ones I could choose. Note we all knew. We all knew. We knew that his mentor was one of them. We knew that the freaking director of the police because he was asking for crap. It's like, why do you want to know that? Why do you need to know all the information? That's weird that you want to know all this information because he was working for the bad guy. Mhm. But like I said, he was in the pocket. And apparently, the Red Ranger will find out, which, damn, he found out. I like to say, and I think this channel did do it, right? I think this channel was the one that actually was like, whoa, they stepped up their game when it comes to photography. I think they started it ever since Geolger. Yeah, Geolger, they really spread their wings when it comes to videography, the fact of getting all those angles. Or it was maybe the season before that. Even so, they actually incorporated a drone and all that into this. Crazy stuff, isn't it? Oh, thank you. Thank you. I needed to have some ads in this. Smart move. Glad you guys are getting stuff like this. This is great. Thank you. I'll make sure I'll forever never use you. Yep, see, that's his power up form. Yep, 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 yep. Don't forget about in space. SWAT. Oh, what was it going to? Yeah, they for Lost Galaxy they had Lights of Orion activate. And it sucks there's like no other Rangers can actually use that one. That one would have been a cool one for people to use. Think about it. Dino Fury using Lights of Orion. Oh, that would have been cool. Well, Lights of Orion, what they do is that they give you some jewels, and they also elongate your saber. So Dino Fury would have been so cool. But oh well. Wrong. For Dino Thunder, they had the power up mode, which was kind of whatever. But then the Red Ranger had the shield, and it was the other version of a Triceratops. Yeah, he had a shield, but the sad part with the shield that kind of sucks is that for him to use the freaking power up mode, the two other Rangers will have to give up their energy, meaning that they can't fight no more. It's just Red Ranger versus the bad guy. The Blue Ranger and Yellow Ranger could not back him up. The Black Ranger was somewhere else because, well, and the White Ranger technically was, but technically it's more Trent was having issues with his morphing. Anyways, with that said, what you was talking about Dragon, that was Mystic Force. Mystic Force had two of them then. Mystic Force had the power up mode with the dialing wand, and the Red Ranger had the dragon. So he mixed those up. Okay, I have to say something about that. Number one, the Morpher sucked. The Morpher was sunglasses, and I was like, dude, if you gave me the 3D printer back then, I would have tried to make those shades with some electronics and sell them. They never sold this Morpher. This Morpher is the only Morpher ever that they didn't sell. They sold the bracers, but the bracers were the Morphers in the first place. So the freaking sunglasses, they never even tried to just make sunglasses, period. So it's kind of funny where it's like, yeah, they never made Morphers. The Jungle Fury's the only one never they made Morphers for. The original form of Jungle Fury, it was okay. I like those. It was all right. The Jungle Master mode, I I guess it was fine. Yeah, I guess it was fine. It's like, has a Ranger ever been done dirty? Ah, who has been done dirty? Man, dude, you're trying to Tommy, you jerk ass, Tommy. But Tommy had a good comeback on that. It's like, yeah, I have to tell you about when Tommy lost his Green Ranger powers officially. Technically, Tommy was dogged the horrible hell out. Like, come on. It's like, oh, you never seen a Ranger no, there was a Ranger that was dealt messed up. Super Sentai, however, is like, no, there's still one. Yeah, it's still one. Shank injure anybody? The Red Ranger got seriously injured in that fight against Zinaku. Sorry, wrong person. The other guy, the sword guy. The one with the Takana. That guy. The white guy that eventually turned into Decker. Anyways, for Tommy, when it came to his Green Ranger powers coming back, his Green Ranger powers were suffering because they weren't supported no more. So there's many times where his powers were failing him and he had to go back to the command center. And it's looked even worse where it's like, yeah, you don't even have enough power that me I can make you a new Zord. So you did nothing. And it's like you're only good for support when they need the Megazord. It's like, dang. So it gets to the point where it's like they decide to say, screw you, we're gonna take Tommy and we're gonna take his powers officially away from him. So they have this green crystal, and they also had this shellfish monster, and you had Goldar. So you had Goldar absorbing his power officially. and ducking out and giving it to Lord Zed. Meanwhile, we had the Shell Monster, and then eventually Goldar came back and decided to talk trash to freaking Tommy. Tommy, look at you now. You're not a ranger no more. Look, look at all the times you were a ranger and you had the dragon sword and everything. Man, you suck now. It's like, yeah, so that was the dirtiest thing you ever had, basically taunting a ranger to not becoming a ranger anymore. Or Tommy has said that, you know, you'd think this was a trash talk, but it was a good pep talk. Besides just doing all that, there was many times I did things as good old me, Tommy, and then he kicked that ass. That was the best freaking scene you ever have in Power Rangers. Where it's like he did go against Goldar like once or twice without Ranger powers. Now here he is now, freaking beating the holy crap out of him, and was able to get himself out of that freaking desert area. It's like, dang. And it gets even more crazier where it's like, no, Mighty Morphin had more freaking dirty. Remember when they kidnapped the four other Rangers? They kidnapped Zach, Trini, Kimberly, and Billy, had them in a freaking cage, and we're gonna do the same thing they did to Tommy? Yeah. Not to mention the Islands of Illusion. That was a dirty move too. That was a dirty move too. The hell, that was a dirty move too. Don't forget about the Gold Ranger with Jason. Jason could not, quote unquote, support the Gold Ranger powers. So he couldn't even turn into a Ranger to save himself. He had no choice but to keep running. Not to mention the fact of what about the time in the movie, the Turbo movie? Tommy was trying to talk sense into Kimberly, and he was about to get choke slammed into a lava pit. It was like, yeah, it was messed the frick up. Like, geez, it's like, yeah, there's many more times that Rangers were messed up like this. Many more times. You had Leo who had to almost sacrifice his life to destroy that freaking girl. What about Wes? Wes was going to be treated bad too in Time Force. If you don't remember, I'll remind you. This is not Time Fire. This is not um Time Ranger. This is Time Force. Time Force, Eric was wounded. He couldn't morph anymore. He couldn't do any more battles. So he had no choice but to give Wes his morpher. So Wes had no choice but to have one gun in one hand and a sword in the other hand and fight thousands of minions alone. The year 3000 with Wes's descendant, he was like, so y'all guys are gonna get your mind wiped. You're not gonna remember Wes, and Wes is gonna die. He's gonna die. History wants him to die, so we're gonna let him die over there. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, yeah, you see, he was treated dirty. His good news is that Jen and the others said, screw you, pushed him out of the way, got back into freaking 2001 and saved Wes and helped him back up. But note, there was in the actual timeline where Wes was gonna just get brutally beaten, or should I say, brutally shot open fire to death. And you're saying, "Oh yeah, this is the most dirtiest thing that ever happened in my Power Rangers, aka Super Sentai." No, no, this was a lot worse. Wes was about to get screwed the frick up. It's not even funny. He was gonna get screwed the frick up. It's like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Like I'm trying to remember, is there any other ones where he got treated dirty? Oh, what about when Tommy was stuck in carbonite or aka amber? That was a dirty move. That was freaking dirty as hell. Yeah, that was freaking dirty as hell. Yeah, what the hell? What the fuck? Let's see. What about when the Red Ranger of Wild Force, no, sorry, not Wild Force, of Jungle Fury, he wasn't strong enough because that's one episode the freaking bad guy weakened him to the point where he doesn't have any jungle power anymore. He doesn't have his tiger spirit charged. To where he had to get a kid to help him charge the cannon to fire it. That was dirty. Not to mention in Operation Overdrive when unluckiness happens. Even you can mention the Mercury Ranger with his girlfriend. That was messed up too. So it's like there's lots of dirtiness. Like, come on. Dang. I don't know. She deserved that. She deserves it though. You worked for him at one point too. Okay, so should you tell him the good news or the bad news? The good news is that yes, and many people already did. Heck, there was someone called Chai Productions who made three parodies. And guess what happened in 2009, 2010? Because those were out for like at least 3 years or so. Toei, especially also Disney, them down. Copyright claim. Fuck you. Goes out of here. You're gonna get terminated if you don't. So yeah, you can do it, and there's many others who did actually make Power Ranger seasons, but I don't really watch those because they're fan made. Sorry, but there's many who actually did do that. So it's not like, oh, you just figured out something. Like, no, they did. The only messed up part is, will Toei be in your way? And not to mention that, you're gonna be in Hasbro shizzle because you called it Power Rangers. Yeah, Hasbro would freaking screw you over. You can even look in my channel. It's been, I would say, close to a decade now. War on Power Rangers. Someone that had the original Power Ranger YouTube account went completely psycho and copyrighted every single video that would have Power Rangers in it, even mine. MMPR Toys got screwed over with that too. Everyone did. The guy was mad with power. It's like frick. So you see the reason why you can do it, but the bad news is that if you do it, you can't use any of their footage, or you can't use any of their intros or any of their music. So it gets messed up where it's like you're gonna have to make it all by yourself, but don't make it too good because if you do, the ones who actually supposed to be making Power Rangers will look bad, and then we'll have a cease and desist on you. I'm kind of am. I guess it's kind of funny to talk about that too. It's like I think I already did, but just in case people are just seeing this for the first time and you're like, "What about you?" I went to cool. I went to college, and sadly, the place that I chose up in the north, they did not know what ABC Fam Kids was, so I missed basically all Power Ranger stuff. It's like I think it was RPM. It's like yeah, it was like I think it was Jungle Fury and RPM. There were some issues, and there's lots more issues where it's like I missed some season finales. But yeah, I officially stopped when RPM came in here because it was like Power Rangers RPM, we stick together. Power Rangers RPM, it's like, are you trying to make a freaking theme or just being an idiot? But I did go back and suffer through the stupid crap, and it turns out it was actually the best season they got, but they cut some of the content out. That one dude who did it, which I forgot his name again, he should be running Power Rangers. That guy deserved to have, yeah, he should have had Simon's job. If he had Simon's job, Power Rangers would be in a better situation than it is today, allegedly. But yeah, I stopped, and then as soon as they were like, "Oh well, guess what we're gonna do? What you gonna do? We're gonna make the first three seasons of Power Rangers, and then we're gonna cancel it officially." I was like, "Man, I'm out." I eventually got out when I heard Tommy saying "never" like that. He didn't even say it in his actual voice, but it turns out in the original version that happened too. And I'm like, seriously? You got Jason David Frank on call. How in the world are you telling me after all these years you could never actually find him saying never? A frick? He's like, yeah, so that's when I went to Shinkinger and I never looked back. And until the sources kind of started to dry up. So yeah, shout out to DT Kingdom. May you rest in peace. Thank you, dude. Thank you. But yeah, it's like, yeah, Power Rangers though is like, oh man. It eventually got like, oh dude. And I was like, wait, you guys didn't finish yet? It's like, yeah, because they brought Samurai, and I'm like, are you sure you can do Samurai? Samurai's the most serious season you actually will have. You need to get your freaking Pistons running, Saban. He sucked. Watch my videos, you understand how bad Power Rangers went down. What the frick did I do, you bastard? It's like, what the freak did I do? It's like, damn, can't save everyone. I'm sorry to say that. It's like I tried to make Power Rangers Samurai make sense, but I can't freaking continue on with the whole thing of well, four adults couples went to Japan on a freaking cruise ship, and then it turns out the Zenaku, well, not Zenaku, I forgot their names, were attacking, and they were chosen to fight them. It was like I can't do this anymore. You suck. You should have just went the whole thing of where a the freaking sensei was once the Red Ranger and all his people fell down. He's trying to find five teenagers who can pick up the fight for him and he can mentor. That's easier than your stupid crap of what you did. A black dude, it's like a black dude, a white girl, a a Hispanic dude, and a Asian chick. At least the Asian chick works. That's why I said four couples because she can pass for it. But the rest of them, it's like you're saying in Japan somehow you got a black dude, a white girl, and a freaking Hispanic dude. All were in Japan at the same time. Like, man, get the freak out of here. I can't support that anymore. I just can't do it. You made a crappy season and you should just redo it. You should even redo freaking Super Mega Force. Sorry, but you need to redo it. You need to redo both of those seasons. Make them better. Frick. My Morpher needs two AA batteries again. That's why I don't have it. It's like, yeah, it's like I got passed on by my mentor when he died, so I need two AA batteries again. I think I need to clean a thing too. So that's the reason why you don't see me in the suit. But it's like, yeah, you're talking about ones who actually do cosplay and stuff. Those Power Ranger adults. And good. I'm glad that Bruno and Mia doesn't fit that description. Allegedly. It's like, yeah, it's like almost everyone that is talking about Power Rangers on YouTube aren't the ones that you're talking about, I think. I think. I'm gonna wait, hold on, hold on. I got a comment at least. Yeah, I'm just saying though, it's like, what the hell did I do? Like, what the hell did I do? I think that happened before, right? Yeah, I think that happened before. What? Oh, he got his Megazord. You can pilot it with using that? I mean, when the three flunkies used it, they had to go in the cockpit. And then when the other dude did it, he had to get in the cockpit as well. But you're telling me that the boss is basically doing it as if he's freaking Time Fire slash Quantum Ranger and a Green Ranger, using the freaking morpher to command it. What? You know they basically did the same thing that, you know, Godzilla did, right? Whoa. Oh man, how bad is it? Dang! Hilarious. Yeah, he sure did. And sorry. Dang! Dang! Damn! Damn! Oh yeah, they did do that. They did do that. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah. That was one of the episodes I it was close to the where I got cut off. It's like, yeah, he was actually with which one did he choose? I forgot which person did, but one person actually got him in the call and said, "Hey, we need to talk. I have something for you to do." It's like I forgot who. I think it might have been a police officer, the police one. What? Nice. Wait, did that happen? Well, of course he just showed, but he's like he wants just some random ranger who's like, "Did you see Megaforce? Did you see Megaforce, dude? Did you not see Megaforce? If you did not see Megaforce, then this is the reason why you're complaining like that." But it's like there's really it's like, yeah, but you just need to understand one thing. Back in the day when they did it in California, allegedly you could do it, but remember, they're non-union. They're non-union. And then as soon as Disney took it, they went to New Zealand. They're in New Zealand. Who's gonna fly to New Zealand? There's New Zealand. Who's gonna fly to New Zealand? So it's like, yeah, your idea is kind of just saying. But at least, hey, you got that in Cosmic Fury, though. Like, kinda. Okay, I guess I have to say this. It's like, so here we go. And I wonder if those who actually are waiting for me is kind of mad. But, anyways, here we go. So, for Super Sentai, they have a weird, squeaky little thing. They basically have like mini universes on their own. But when they have anniversary, they would have one anniversary who are able to actually pull them together. So, when Gokaiger happened, that's when everyone is in their own actual universe. Every ranger is in their own universe. And plus, when you watch either you watch the 199 Warriors or the first episode of Gokaigers, you'll see that all the ranger were together and it was awesome. Let's see what is the next one. I think technically when it came to 35th anniversary, which that was Zyuohger, right? Yeah. Zyuohger technically is in the same area as Gokaigers because they showed up. Then we get to the 40th episode, 40th one, which was 40th. It's like, dude, I kind of forgot what the 40th one was. Wait, no, Gokaigers was 35. 40th was Zyuohger. 45th one was Zenkaiger, which Zenkaiger instead, they made them all actually different, yeah, different planets or different universes because they had cogs. Yeah, they were cogs. Then we get to the 50th one, which the 50th one they piggybacked off of what Zenkaiger did. Wait, no, the 50th one was the one I didn't get to see because I was like, oh, I'm done. It's like, yeah, because I have no way to watch it. That was Boomboonger was next. And then after Boomboonger, then it was um I don't even know their name. I don't even know the freaking season game, but the last one that existed until they went to the space sheriffs. As for Power Rangers, we connected it, and then all of a sudden, when Disney happened, Disney had a choice, which I'm pretty sure since Boom Comics is doing this new comic book called Jason David, well, sorry, Tommy Oliver Lost Ranger Alive. Hopefully, they'll dig into RPM and show Countdown to Destruction 2 finally. Where it's like, in RPM, what happened is that the freaking AI system went crazy on the world. AKA, it had to fight. And guess who showed up? The Power Rangers. And special thanks to Gosei, technically, when it comes to Gosei, everyone does have their powers, technically. So all the Rangers got their powers. Solaris Knight most likely helped them with that. Sentinel, sorry. Sentinel Knight, not Solaris Knight. Sentinel Knight helped out with that. So everyone got their powers. It's just all of them got obliterated. So everyone got their powers back, but they all got obliterated. And some of them actually kept their powers, I believe. It's like, yeah, I think like it started with um Lost Galaxy where they all kept their no, In Space had their powers. Lost Galaxy got their powers. Lightspeed Rescue, Doctor or the Captain had all their powers, so they still had their powers. So mostly everyone except for of course what happened with Thunder, which Dino Thunder they lost their powers, so they might not be able to help. SPD came from the future. He's like, yeah, so let's see, the one before that. Ninja Storm, they had to retrieve their powers, and now they have their powers back. So everyone had their powers, and they were going against Vengeance, if I'm correct. And they all died. I'm shocked that they didn't actually make it so that he did the same thing that Lord Draken did, and he has all those powers on him. But I guess he does just have the Master Morpher, and he Vengeance took down the Dragon Zord. I would like to see that. That Tommy's like, I have no choice. I gotta bring the Dragon Zord out. Yeah, so it's like, and just don't forget, RPM should be like the end of everything. So in Dr. K just lied. She just didn't even admit that, oh yeah, we're the future. We're in the future and you don't know that and we don't supposed to tell you that. So it's like, yeah, because like that makes more sense. Like every single ranger ever existed will have to go against Venjix, and then it just circles around to where it's like and Beast Morphers, unless well, sadly, they don't make it the same universe where it's like, yep, so they flourish and everything, and now in Beast Morphers, there you go. They actually finally made the world back to where it was, and that's why they have to do this new energy. It's because there's no way they're gonna bring back electricity like that. Like, come on, they have to start from scratch. So they decide to actually just do this instead. But sadly, the ones who actually made Beast Morphers, two idiots, sorry, they didn't think like that, and thus they didn't actually make it. So it's like, yeah, decades later from Corinth. Anyways, that's basically it. I mean, she sucks. I already said already in this live stream slash video that she fucking sucks. So you don't think he noticed that she sucks to the point where yeah she sucks. So no wonder he likes you because you suck. Oh, so finally you figured out how to actually stick to something. You finally figured it out. See, this is why I don't like you. And this could have been the first time ever that you could have changed my mind and be like, oh, I definitely need to see Boom Boonger now and see where she gets to this final point where she knows what she wants to go for and she has her mind set on things. Because she is flip floppy. That's it. She goes to one thing, she goes to another. She goes to one thing, she goes to another. She goes to another. The only thing that's consistent is that she actually is a Power Ranger. She's a ranger. That's the only thing she got that's consistent, and that she's working jobs. That's about it. It's like, oh, frick you. Oh, you just did this. You just did this. Wink at the first episode. Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, the way you make me feel though. But the way you make me feel though. The way you make me feel though. Oh no freaking way. No freaking way. That's what I figured. Ooh. 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 Man. 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 All right, let's keep going. Yeah, let's keep going. Come on, let's finish this. All right. Who came? Oh, yeah, I figure as much. Dang. Ooh. Oh, okay. At least I get to see how it ended. But freak you though. Freak you, Pink Ranger. I hope you lose. There you go. I finally did it. I feel sorry for the ones who are waiting for me. I'll get ready. But I'm just saying one thing, and let me just finish by saying this. The Pink Ranger sucked. The Pink Ranger forever sucked. Pink Ranger super sucked. And apparently she used that as a freaking ploy again, which is like, oh good. That just means that you're only dedicated to being a freaking damn Power Ranger. It's like, yeah, it's like, man, she freaking sucks. Maybe if you would have did a Power Ranger adaptation, a real good one, I might not hate her. But whoever wrote her, she fucking sucks. She sucks. She is the worst Pink Ranger I've ever seen. That is a girl. The dude, there's one dude that's a Pink Ranger, and he's even worse than her. Yeah, he's kind of worse than her actually. But still, out of all the Pink Rangers I've ever watched, you suck the most.